This meeting is being recorded.
Okay, so today is January 19. This is CSI implementation meeting. So I don't see many new items added, but we can go over the sidecar release again. So I think we have more people this time. Anyone has some updates on the sidecar release?
I'm blocked on. I'm waiting for someone like the approval on the recovery PR. Jan has been reviewing it, and if I can get it merged, I will release. That's the. I don't know. I don't know if you want
Oh,
to release it without it, but yeah.
uh, okay. Yeah, I see that PR and also plan to help to review. But yeah, uh, so let's say if it takes 1 or 2 weeks to merge it, do we want to wait? Or
We should
release
have that, right? Because that's for the recover the expansion
from failure?
failure.
Yeah.
That was in 1.23, so the sidecar should have that
Should
change,
okay,
right?
so
Otherwise,
then
that change that recover from expansion failure is not complete without this change, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we should wait for that.
Uh, yeah, I think so. And I don't know. I don't know why it would take a week from today because
oh,
yeah.
just in case.
I think I have addressed all of Jan's comment and I have tested the heck out of it actually.
Oh,
So
that
I don't
sounds
know.
good. Sounds good. So I think mm, maybe it's will be merged. Let's say within this week, and then after that, cut release should be fine.
Yeah, like if it yeah, as soon as it merges, I'll get to release.
Okay.
So that's
So
the
the
only one.
logic, uh,
Sorry.
the logic there is not it's the same as the in tray, or it's simpler than the in tray change.
Um, it's different than entry, and actually like so it has more tests, more. It is different. As it's similar, the code is looks very similar, but the logic has it as because I could not test the entry change
Mm-mm.
fully with recovery flow because none of the entry drivers support recovery. But
Yeah.
with CSI drivers, I could test the whole flow. So as I have tested flow, I have found bugs, to be honest, and I'm planning to backport to entry, but they only affect control plane expansion, so it's not as urgent. So the thing is that the the CSI implementation
Mm.
has basically it has all the entry changes plus fixes, like to handle all the edge cases,
Okay.
and everything. So it's similar, but it's better,
Oh,
I would say that.
better. Okay, great. Sounds good. Okay, good. And then we'll try to finish this one this week. Um, and Xing, you have some updates for external health monitor?
Not yet. I think I still waiting for someone to get back to me, so I'll ping
Sure.
him again. And
Sure.
so the provisioner, that one got released, and so for the snapshotter, Patrick, I know you have a question on the 500, why that one does not have the webhook does not have the manifest, because that one, when we cut it, we didn't get the increased timeout, so the webhook did not get time to build images. So I was trying to download that image and then retag it, but then I think the manifest got dropped. Is there like does like infra team has some script to do this type of thing. If I want to download it, making sure that all the manifests are still there, is there like a script to do that?
I don't know exactly how they do it.
I'm sorry.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, it's a little low. Your volume.
Okay,
is a little...
I can turn up the volume or speak louder.
yeah. Now I can hear you.
I don't know how they do it. I know
Okay.
that it takes that you need to be extra careful to actually copy everything. So the usual tools don't do it, and I don't know whether there are options that enable Docker pull, for example, to do it properly.
Okay.
Okay,
Yeah,
but at least now I understand how it happened. You basically didn't use the normal release process, and that caused this issue. Okay.
Right. Yeah. So because I increased that, but then the tag is already cut, right? So you can't, unless if I drop that release and redo it, but that's not normally we do. So that's why I cut 501.
You can rerun the brow job that does this.
That's the thing. I'm not quite sure. Is there, how do I trigger that? I'm not sure how to do that. Oh, it's not going to work because the tag V500 does not have that change, does not have the tag.
Okay, well then you basically have to have a new tag. That's right.
Yeah.
So if you want, but if it fails for some other reason.
Yeah, how do I re-trigger it? I guess that's
in the brow job somewhere. You need to. I posted it on the chat somewhere. It might even be in the documentation.
If you can find it and post it somewhere, or just send it to me. Maybe next time I will know. But it's not going to help this time. But maybe next time, I know how to re-trigger the pro job to run.
Yeah, I need to check.
Okay, yeah, just when you have time, take a look at that. Yeah, so right now basically we cut the 501, so that solved that problem.
The issue you experienced, should we document somewhere or like just as a reference in case someone also?
Well, I think this one
is unique.
I think it's only happens because we have 3 images for the snapshotter.
Okay.
But like, how do you rerun prov? We should probably document it somewhere, I think, because I think that's important. Like for the timeout, there is in the code, we have the comment somewhere saying this is the timeout. What do you do with that? So so maybe, if you, Patrick, if you can find out, maybe we should just document that somewhere.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So the node driver register ratio, right? You plan or you are working on this?
Yes, I'm still working on both, on node driver register and liveness probe.
Right. And you mentioned there is a old issue in node driver register.
Yes, so this was also raised by someone from VMware, and it's a problem that is happening in Windows most of the time, but the report was also for Linux. So one of the things that node driver register does when it starts, it uses CSI libutils to create a socket, the CSI.sock file, and sometimes the connection is lost and the socket is not, or the code does not retry, or if it retries, it can't connect to the socket. These steps are done before the kubelet registration. So that's also why I guess the CSI, the node component of the CSI driver can't continue. But anyways, after talking about this with the team, I think we decided to push it. So I'm still going to do more research on it. I wanted to add more flags to node driver register, to some MBars for debugging purposes of for gRPC. But I don't think that this is a blocker for 123.
Sounds good. So, but basically right now we don't have a good root cause yet. So there's no solution proposed yet. It just we need to continue to investigate.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so yeah, if anyone has some information or some questions, can look at this issue and post comments. And then the data source, volume data source from Ben. Is Ben here today? No.
Hello?
Okay.
Hello?
Hi.
Sorry, I was double muted. What's the question about the volume data source?
Oh, it's just the release, sidecar release.
Oh, no, I need a code review. I have a PR up for that one. Let me go find it. Yeah, PR 14 adds metrics and needs a review. If anyone would like to volunteer to review that PR, I think that's all that's needed for this repo.
Okay. Do you mind to share the link or?
Yeah, I'll let me post it in the chat.
Okay.
Is that for the sidecar? Is that the sidecar? Okay.
This is the controller.
Okay. You're going to submit a PR for the entry one, right?
Yeah, that's for 124 beta.
Right, for the beta thing.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, this is for the Addertree controller to get a beta release.
Okay. Yeah, I can take a
which is a
look.
prerequisite. Thanks, Shing.
I'll copy the link later. Then host pass, I will do it later. Anything else? No? Okay. Then we can move on. Right? Anyone has anything related to 122? Okay. So for 124, we have, again, a number of features we target on this release. And do we need to go over everything, or if anyone has something we want to discuss in this meeting? So for no shutdown cap,
waiting for Michelle to review.
Right, I ping her, and yeah, hopefully she will have time for this week. And otherwise, I think all the comments were addressed.
Yeah.
So either Michelle or Tim can have the final approval. And for other cap, anyone has some update?
Maybe a little update about the inline ephemeral CSI volumes. Me and Jonathan, we are updating the cap about the security issues there. And we will follow the guidance from SIG off. Like we as SIG storage assume that all ephemeral CSI drivers are safe to use. And if there is any unsafe, then author of the driver should provide some policy or admission plugin or whatever. It's their problem.
Oh, so that's
So,
the recommendation from SIG.
yeah, like
Okay.
that is in the not pod security policy, the other thing, pod security standards. Like when they wrote it, they allow using of ephemeral CSI volumes in all pods, including the restricted ones, assuming that they are safe. Actually, in 40 minutes, there is a SIG-off meeting where we will present these changes in the CSI ephemeral volume cap. And I hope to get approval there.
So which one is the latest cap link?
Jonathan has a PR open to update the security stuff and to add all the required fields or required chapters because the cap is pretty old.
Okay.
Let me find it.
Yeah.
Or Jonathan, do you have it at hand?
Yes, one moment.
Thank you very much. But not much really changes. Like in the previous case, we assumed we will use pod security policy. Pod security policy is gone. So we will basically leave the security on the CSI driver vendors and cluster administrators that install the drivers, potentially unsafe drivers.
So those will be documented in the cap, right? So CSI driver knows what they should do.
Yeah. We have in the cap, we have a sentence or two that we will update the documentation on Kubernetes CSI/docs for the CSI driver vendors.
Okay.
So this is the change.
Yes, there's two commits. One is just moving to the new template, and the second one is updating the security considerations.
Okay, this one, right?
Yeah.
Sure. Sounds good. So in the meeting today, try to get the SIG-off approval.
Yes, that's the plan.
Okay.
I'm not sure if you know the history. Like we tried to introduce some policy in Kubernetes and admission plugin, but Jordan didn't like it. Like there was a discussion on SIG-off meeting, I think in December or in November, and they basically rejected the proposal and they assume that the CSI drivers are safe.
They like to assume the best scenario.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, right. I don't have much comments on the, security.
Yeah, that was just information. If anybody's interested, please read the cap update. And if you don't like it, please comment there.
Good. And this is for inline. So again, the timeline, the deadline for CAP is February 4th. So
there's also a PRR deadline, which is the 27th.
So that's
if we get some agreement on this security section, then we'll, I guess, update the PRR section.
But I think the PRR is mainly for them to review it by that day, for that to be ready, because otherwise sometimes the PRR reviewer, they actually wait for the SIG to look good to me before they take a final look, right? So I think it's not really, it's like a soft deadline on that day. They just want to get everything ready for the PR, to pin them, make sure someone responded, they actually take a look. But I don't know if they, before the SIG actually say this is okay, I don't know if they are going to actually approve it before that, because I see sometimes they actually want to wait.
Okay.
Okay. Sounds good. For volume expansion GA, Clement, since you're here, is there anything worth mentioning? Clement is here? No?
He's here. Maybe he's on mute.
And the volume health is under SIG?
That one basically, there was a PR. I need to check that. So just, I think there are some review comments. Actually, let me check. What's the status now? So we basically need someone from instrumentation side to review it, and then there are some comments. I think Ran is addressing those comments. Let me see what. Let's see what's the status now. Sure. That one is.
And okay, in the meanwhile, I'm just checking the CSI migration. Any questions about CSI migration? So vSphere is go beta by default.
That's that's the hope. So, but I think we need to get the NFS v4 thing resolved. That one is still unknown. Windows, I think it's more, we are doing the testing, right? It's more under control, but that one, I still don't know. I mean, it's kind of still trying to figure out, because that's not in the CSI driver code. Right.
Okay.
So,
but for cap wise, right? I think it's has all the cap.
So so I think we got all the caps. Cap are all fine. We have a cap for everything. I think we are only waiting for PRR reviewer now. So should be ready. So all of those caps should be ready for PRR review. I think that one, I think Michelle and Jiawei are pinning the PR reviewers for the CSI migration. So
sounds good. So any other items?
I think we're basically working on cap for the first one, the voting mode thing. There's the Brunax working on cap. So yeah, once it's ready, then we'll pin more people to review that.
Okay.
And node secret expand. Yeah, I think that one is Humble is working on cap. I think he said he's working on cap.
So since we have people here, so if any cap needs help on review, right? Maybe we can just mention here. so that get people's attention to review it.
So today, okay, it's 19th. All right, 1 week, 2 weeks. Okay.
Right.
Right. I think probably like next week, some of those caps probably will need to, when the caps are in a better shape, then we'll start to find people to review them. Some of the
Okay.
new caps, I mean.
Right. And we can also assign, right,
Yeah.
people to help review.
Yeah.
And yeah, to see who have time and volunteer to review any of these caps in the meeting. We can assign people.
Yeah.
Sure. Sounds good. So I think there's no more items. And for this, I just mentioned once, I think Hermans is reviewing it. It looks good. And I also noticed there is some kind of, is this proposal? Anyone notice this one? IOPS limit.
Oh, this is looks pretty old. 2020.
Yeah.
IOPS. Is this a new proposal? This is what? This is a PR or is that what is this one? Is it issue or PR? Issue.
It's an issue. It's issue. Yeah.
But that should be enhancement, right?
There are.
Okay, I did not. Okay, I guess I missed this one. Can you put it in the agenda? So maybe I'll take a look. But he's proposing to add this as add this in where, study class or what? First class parameter or what?
Seems like they're related to container runtime somewhere.
Oh, not
Yeah,
this is not for the volumes?
It related to PVPVC.
PVPVC, all right. So is this for like scheduling the limit? This is what we use like scheduling time, or is it like more like a quota type of thing? What is
yeah. It's we need to read the details. There's quite some discussion. Oh,
there's even a nice diagram here. Okay.
Right.
Okay.
But I didn't read the full issue, the whole issue. But it looks like an interesting thing, right? Kind of relevant to storage, and we might find some use cases, right? And so if anyone, and so I just want to bring it up. So if anyone, look, there is a feature request mentioned. So if there's something interesting, like we can discuss this. I will put the agenda note, and also it's in the project board, MISC area.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Anything else? Then I think we can stop, and we are about the right time to stop it. Okay, then thank you everyone, and see you next week.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you.